Okay, so I know I haven't seen everybody here, but I'm just going to name them out. If you're here, come on up. Brian Barrow, Will Balthaser, Aaron Palmer, Allison Shepard, Carissa Murray, Tony Hernandez, Courtney Rankin, Connor Tart, Julie Broyles, Rebecca Lee, Alec Fornwatt, Nico Galloway, Robbie Hutchins, and Brian Coleman. Come on up. Did I get that thing, Earl? Okay, so Ryan is here. Ryan Barrow is a member of the concert band this year. Trumpet player, huge gains. Came a long way just over the course of 1 year. Same with Will Balthaser, not here. Trombone player. He worked his butt off this year. Despite a lot of pressure from Allison Burgess and myself getting on them. Yeah, Allison's like, I didn't yell at him, you yelled at him. So Will, solid player. Erin Palmer, I believe, is down at the state track meet. She couldn't be here, so we're all wishing her the best in her event today. Erin, I met her last year when I went down to recruit, and she had already been given an alto saxophone by Mr. Castaldi. She was a flute player. She is a flute player, concert band, fantastic musician. She had heard that it was better to switch, or I think the thing she said was, Mr. Kime doesn't allow flutes or clarinets in the marching band, so I may as well find something else. She had already started playing alto sax before school let out, did a great job with that. Another example of why this band is so great, much like Jack switching off trumpet to get the mellophone to help out the band, Erin did what the band needed, went to alto sax, and just really helped solidify that section. She was also a member of the concert band and joined us for jazz band on alto sax as well. Allison Shepard. Allison is a clarinet player by nature, but I know that she worked on some saxophone. We got her to join an already strong tenor sax section. And I know Liz was just chomping at the bit to get another one in there so she could help them out and bring her up to speed. She did a really nice job this year. Working on a less than perfect instrument. We have so many issues with our tenor sax instruments, but she kept working through it, did a really nice job, and it just continues the great Shepard tradition, because we lost Kelsey last year, but Allison came in and just picked up right after we left off. See, Kelsey's here, so I got to throw that little shout out in there. So thank you very much for a great job this year. For having that. One who heard that Kime didn't take flute or clarinet players, so she came up to me, she and her mom at the first rehearsal said, well, I've always sort of wanted to learn another instrument. We were like, well, what instrument do you want? I don't care. We're like, well, we really need another percussionist right now. She was like, okay. So we threw her at Justin, and she had the first couple days struggled a little bit. She was very hard on herself. Justin was very hard on her. And we're hard on them because we know they can handle it. And Carissa really stepped up over the course of the season. You just saw this girl grow by leaps and bounds on the drum line. Did a phenomenal job. In addition, being on the #1 drum line at Nationals, she is a member of the clarinet section in the concert band. Looking forward to great things from you next year. Woo! Yeah! Tony, I give this guy so much credit. He's a football player and band member, and not only does that take a lot of courage and guts to put up with it from all the guys on the football team say, oh, you're in marching band too. Well, hopefully you didn't throw it back in their face too much. Marching band too. Tony, former trumpet player, we had him down on baritone this year to help the low brass section out. Very young low brass section. You'll hear me say that a few times today. Just another solid member there. We got him working really hard on baritone in concert band, and he just continued to improve on that level. He joined jazz band here at the end, and we had a really good time working him on some trumpet parts in there because I was too busy to write out the low brass parts for him. But we'll get some of those things worked out next year. So that was it. Marching band, concert band, jazz band. Hopefully next year get him to try out for all county, maybe something like that. No comment. Good way to go there. Nice job. Courtney Rankin. Did not see her. Okay. Courtney, very quiet girl. Works hard. Does her stuff. Couldn't get a real read on her until the end of the season when she started cracking a smile a little bit by little bit by little bit. Just a fantastic performer. She did marching band first year this year as well as concert band. So we'll send this recording to her on Monday. Connor Tart down there. Connor's another one of those that came in. I didn't know a whole lot about him. I knew his mom was a music teacher, and she was back there just a minute. There she is. Hi. Okay. Sort of blending with the tree there. It's all brown there. Connor, I didn't know a whole lot about him, except Mr. Gasoli said, yeah, he's solid. That was it. It's like, yeah, he's solid. Good player. Okay, cool. Connor came in and marched Barry sax this year. Did a really nice job in a section. Again, very young section, low brass, low winds. He continues to improve with Alan and Danny by his side in the section, the concert band. He's got a lot of sound. I can't wait until that just keeps on coming. Where he was, where he is, where he's going to get to. I know it's going to happen very quickly. Keep working hard. We love having you here. Looking forward to next year already. And is Autumn here? No, okay, so I can't throw it. Well, I threw her name out there already. So we have like the Shepherd line continuing. Now we have the Broyles line continuing because Autumn graduated last year. So Julie came in. And it's always hard to gauge how, like, when one graduates, you know they've been with you for 4 years. So you have that. I shouldn't have the same expectation because they're two totally different people, but you expect them to have that same work ethic. And Allison picked up really well right where Kelsey left off. Julie, on the other, no, I'm just kidding. She did a fantastic job. Totally different from her sister. Totally different from her sister. Autumn was always quiet, but you knew the wheels were turning. Julie, you know the wheels are turning, but she is not quiet at all. Very, very spirited. We love having that kind of presence in the band because she does keep things fun. She's a member of the concert choirs and the women's ensemble, just concert choir for right now. All I know is she goes to choir 2 days a week, and you can tell when the choir people aren't there, and she's half of a tenor sax section complemented by Adam Cornwall, who gets to this later. But in marching band, Julie played alto saxophone, switched to tenor sax for concert band because I have 7 alto sax players, one who stayed on bassoon this year, and then Julie who jumped to tenor sax to help balance out the ensemble. So another example of someone switching to benefit the band. I love that. It's so nice. Julie also joined us for jazz band, and it's just been a pleasure to see you grow this year. Thank you. Rebecca Lee. I was going to put George on the spot, say come up here and help me out with this one because we had a really interesting conversation about 2 days into band camp. That's like one of those conversations that is going to stick with me for the rest of my career. She is a phenomenal musician. For those of you who have not gotten a chance to hear her perform, flute, piano, oboe. Once we got her a nice new oboe, it started working well, and her sound just really matured. But in marching band, we had her come in, and she filled in on the keyboard parts that George wrote out. A couple days into band camp, which is very typical. Got down. Okay.
Run, Forrest.
A couple days into band camp, it's typical to have 1, 2, 5, 6 freshmen come up and say, this just isn't for me, I'm too busy, I have a lot on my plate. And this girl is like top level, every single class. I don't even know everything else you do, I just know you're busy all the time. And we did not want to lose her from band. And we worked on her, had a great sit-down conversation, and I am so happy that you stayed this year. Like, you don't even know. I don't know how you feel about it, but I am so glad you stayed this year. Because you stayed, it allowed our pit to do things that would absolutely not have been possible otherwise. There's no doubt about it. George and I were talking about like where would we have rewritten some parts. George is a miracle worker. He would have made something work, but it was just such a huge help. And I think you started enjoying it after a while. Good. Okay. So good. I don't feel like I forced her to stay now. Rebecca, like I said, just a phenomenal musician on a lot of different instruments. I gave her the jazz band music last week, like just a few days before the concert, and she picked it up in a matter of one night practice, and then played the concert with us. So that's what kind of musician she is. And she made all-county band this year on oboe. With 3 more years in front of her, I know we can expect a lot of great things from her. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for sticking with it, for listening to George and I. You did a great job. Excellent. Yay. Okay, Alec Cornwall. You hear the low brass section go crazy. Alec, I had heard a lot about this kid coming up. I can't say kid, I can say young man now. When he was in middle school. Thank you very much. Mr. Casali said, you got this kid, Alec. He's a phenomenal trombone player, and because he was saying to me, because you're a trombonist, you're going to be able to work with this kid and really help him out. I haven't had to do much at all. He is very self-motivated, very talented musician, willing to do whatever is asked of him. I don't even have to ask him. He's already on top of things. He knows what to expect. He gets it already. He's just a great kid, young man. Sorry. Alec brought back the trombone to the trombone section along with Allison, who used to play the valve trombone because she would have been the only trombone in the section in marching band. So with the addition of Alec, we were able to get slide trombones back on the field. It's good for the look, it's good for the sound. In addition to that, he did concert band, he did jazz band, he made all-county band and played a grade 5 duet. I mean, yours was solo. No, how did that work out? You guys did, the duet was a 6 though. Yeah, that's what I thought. He did a grade 5 solo. So he's doing high-level music at such a young age. It's very impressive. I'm just looking forward to working with you again in the future. You got phenomenal stuff. Nico's one of the few, the proud from Cherry Hill Middle School. It's from Cherry Hill anyway. That's about it. Okay, so put that in perspective. And now we have 4 years of band people here, and we only have a few from Cherry Hill. Next year we're apparently getting like 4 or 5 all in one batch. So that's really good. We're going to need the replacements after the senior class. Anyway, Nico, solid player. Ms. Butera always touted him. It's just one of the guys who will do whatever is needed, whenever. He won't ask questions. Just a great team player. And when we asked him to switch on to baritone to help that low brass section, he was more than willing to do so. And he's just a great young man. I know we have several band students here. I can't remember everybody who got a Student of the Month award this year, but I know that Nico just got one. And I think in my tutorial for it was just saying, you don't have to have a title to be a leader. He's a leader just because of who he is. And just by his demeanor and his manner during rehearsals, you see that and other people try to model that. And that's great leadership there. He doesn't have to have a title, but people follow his example. And that's what we need every single person in the band to do. And a lot already do. We don't even have to ask them to be a certain way or do a certain thing. They just are. Nico is one of the best. Nico played baritone in the marching band, concert band, jazz band, and he made all-county band as well. So thank you for a great first year. Earning his varsity letter this year as a second-year member of the Blue Crow Marching Band. Yeah. What to say about Robbie? Nothing. Wow. Are you going to save time for everybody else? Is that no? I can't give you any specifics about Robbie. Robbie's just a great person all around. I think Robbie fills in on pretty much every instrument back in the percussion section. He is probably one of, if not the nicest person in band. I think everybody here can agree that. He is one of the most kind, most gentle people here, but he still has a passion for what he does. He's competitive. He's got that fire. Going out for nationals this year, he was excited. He was fired up. And it's not like I don't ever see him with that emotion. I just remember that one day, it's like, Robbie is fired up. We're going to win this. And everybody just, we know Robbie. Like, there's not much else to say. Great person. And I love having you in this band. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. think. I don't know. Several years ago, when we had, how many of you remember Chris DeVoto? Okay, so the seniors, you guys remember Chris DeVoto?
Yeah.
Chris was just like that one, and we see the video every year when we have the video pizza party at the end of the season. During that one drum break, he's just like, yeah, I got this. But he's so focused on what he's doing. Berna just, he would just sit there and be like, tapping his foot, whatever, but he does it so effortlessly. The skill on this kid is just ridiculous, okay? You did a grade, was a grade 6, right? Okay, so got a freshman doing grade 6 literature for the Solo and Ensemble Festival this year. I mean, that's disgusting. Disgusting, but awesome. And the fact that you don't even just like try it, you do it. There are people that say, give me a grade 6, I just want to see what it's like. Okay, good luck. Well, when I gave Brian the music, I was like, tear this up because I got another one waiting for you. We're going to do Tornado next year.
Better.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
I'm giving him a piece next year that Chris DeVoto did his senior year. That's how good this kid is. And I think it's just, he's one of those naturals. He just gets it. It's awesome. Looking for great things coming from this guy. He's in a section that is graduating 3 fantastic players. So he's going to step up. I know with indoor and everything that happened this year, you guys have a great future ahead of you. And we're going to be leaning on you a lot. You know that. So bring your A game.